Welcome back to the program. So, on today's show, we're going to talk about two different things, and both of them are going to be calls to action with thumbnails and all that have all the information that you would need. So, you don't have to go looking anything up. I put everything together for you. But the first one is going to be what I touched on a little bit yesterday on Jeff Carrera's show, and that was this Butthole Bunny, Bugs Bunny, whatever the hell his name is, and what he said to a live national audience on television in front of children, in front of millions of people, and he broke indecency laws, okay? And he needs to be prosecuted for it. So I didn't get into all of the details because, again, I was limited on my time with Jeff. So I decided to kind of go through a little bit more with you right now. First and foremost, this is what he said. My D is being chased and I want you to hide it. Grab it like a bonga. She took a pill that made her horny. She F's in the Audi, not in the Honda. If I give it to you, don't call me, because this is not to make you love me. If your boyfriend doesn't eat your blank, he better F off. Come down to my house, I'll lick it all up. Mommy, I'll lick it all up. Come down to my house, I'll wear you out. Come down to my house, I'll lick it all up again. And then it says, tell me, servant, let me know if you smoke weed. Baby, baby, the dealer is twerking. It seems like she F's while we're high. I want to take a selfie with that huge ass. I'm erect and it shows. What are we going to do with that huge ass? And then it says, you're super horny, mommy, M-A-M-I. I'm also horny. What are we going to do with that bum bum? Let's go crazy with that bum bum. And then he says it a whole bunch of extra times. And then he says a whole bunch of other disgusting things, but you get the gist of what we're talking about here. So what has this scumbag done? Well, first and foremost, he spoke in Spanish, and now we're finding out that it wasn't even really like a Spanish that everyone that speaks Spanish could even understand and comprehend, because most people online that were talking were saying, hey, if you folks were upset about what he said, join the club, because we couldn't understand him either. So it was like his own secret little weird Spanglish type of language. Now, I did some research. 14%, that's it. 14% of the entire United States population over the age of 5 speaks Spanish, or a dialect of Spanish, okay? While in America, we speak over 90% English, with 78% speaking English and another language, perhaps Spanish, Russian, Italian, whatever it might be, Chinese, it doesn't matter. But other, in that category, 78% speak English and another language, okay? So the overwhelming majority of the United States of America and the people in this country speak English, okay? This arrogant scumbag, when asked if he was going to do everything in Spanish, he said the American people have 4 months to learn Spanglish. Yeah? Well, fuck you, Bad Bunny dickhead. I'm pissed off. Ever since this scumbag did this and spit on the American pastime of the NFL and Super Bowl and all that, whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan or not, doesn't matter. This is an American game, an American sport. And we have this slick-backed, bisexual, dress-wearing, trans-testicle, I don't know, wetback, probably illegal alien, Puerto Rican scumbag coming in here and doing this. This was a reconquista. That's what this was. This was coded, okay? He did this on purpose. And these dipshits at the NFL and Roger Goodell, another scumbag who needs to be fired or needs to resign immediately, he allowed it to happen because he's another left-wing piece of shit as well, okay? So here you have 78% minimum, more like 90% of people speak English. So what exactly did he do? Well, there is something called the Safe Harbor Laws. And the Safe Harbor Laws state that you cannot use profanity whether it be in English or any other language, between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., which, of course, this Super Bowl fell in to those parameters and that window of time. And if you do use F-bombs, S-bombs, whatever it may be, especially drug talk and sexual proclivities and the things that he was talking about and all this crazy stuff, not to mention drugs and using drugs and talking about drugs, these are multiple felonies, multiple violations of the Indecency Act. Multiple, okay? It's called U.S. Code 181464. And that's exactly what this piece of garbage is guilty of, okay? So what I want you to do, and I'm asking you, and I'm going to put in the information in the thumbnail so you can see it for yourself, is I want you to file a complaint with the FCC against NBC Network, in particular, in the Peacock Network, okay? I want you to go to consumercomplaints.fcc.gov. Again, consumercomplaints.fcc.gov. Now, this will be in the thumbnail, so you won't have to write this stuff down, okay? And again, this was a violation minimum of the Safe Harbor law, okay? You can also call the FCC at 1-888-225-5322. 1-888-225-5322. That is 1-888-CALL-FCC is what it stands for, okay? And the other thing is reach out to Brendan Carr, who, of course, is the FCC chairman under President Trump in this administration. You can reach out to him on X at Brendan, BRENDAN, CARRFCC, at Brendan Carr FCC. He's the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission. There is no way whatsoever that NBC should be able to continue using and having their broadcasting license after they knowingly allowed the Indecency Act to be violated by this scumbag, okay? And the NFL, there needs to be a complaint there. I've already heard that they lost 50% of their entire audience during the halftime thing, which is probably another reason why the Kid Rock special and the Turning Point special did so well, because all these people were tuning out and going, hey, where was that alternative one? And they were typing in alternative, halftime thing, and it popped up immediately. Okay, that search was like 4 million times in a 27-minute period on Google. Alternative halftime show. That search was like 4.7 million impressions. So that means that a lot of Americans were pissed off about this. They were not having it. They were not happy about this. And they tuned out. And just like I said, the Turning Point halftime show is going to blow away the Bad Bunny, whatever the hell it was, in the next week or two, because it's already getting more and more and more views. Last I checked, it's over 50 million. Okay? So, and it's going to keep going up and up and up as it's being shared and shared and shared. No one is looking at this Bad Bunny bullshit, okay? No one is. But they're looking at Turning Point, especially with the references to Jesus Christ by Kid Rock, and, of course, the great singing by Lee Brice and the other gal. And so it was really, really good. I'm sure you saw a lot of it. But we've got to make sure that this guy is held accountable for what he's done. He should be criminally charged. And if he's criminally charged, he could be charged with a felony, which is for indecency, U.S. Code 181464. So let's make sure that we continue to do this. And again, like I said, the more people that are going to file complaints, the better off it's going to be. Now, from what I have heard right now already, not John Thune. What am I saying? Randy Fine, the congressman from Florida who took over for Matt Gaetz, he has filed his own complaint with the FCC, and he is asking the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, to investigate this and hopefully prosecute this. But he's going to need help because no one is outraged other than the MAGA supporters. That's where you all come in. Every single one of you needs to file a complaint. It only takes a few minutes. You go to the website, you scroll down, you find indecency, you click on it, boom, you fill out the information, and you send the report to Brendan Carr, okay? And if you want to throw a little bonus on me and say, hey, Brendan, when are you going to give Josh back his YouTube channels? I'd appreciate that too. But this isn't about me. It's about what happened here, okay? But the bottom line is we need everyone that watches this to then go and file a complaint. If we can get millions upon millions of MAGA supporters out there to file complaints, guess what? An investigation will happen, and maybe, hopefully, this scumbag and the NFL and NBC and the rest of these Bad Bunny Bolshevik bastards will be held accountable. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.